for being the distinguished researcher of ACS Energy and Fuels Division. And it's my pleasure to introduce the first speaker. But just before that, I would like to say we have a slight change in the late afternoon program today. Late morning program, and it's the second talk up. And unfortunately, the speaker couldn't come to New Orleans, and so what we would like to do is show during the entire time video presentation that Bert had done over the years, and we hope you can join us for that. It's quite very interesting videos, and it will span the entire 30 minutes. So without any more time, I would like to introduce our very first speaker for this morning, Professor Buchang Shi. He is currently professor at the Eastern Kentucky University, and he is very well known for his extensive isotope tracer studies of the Fischer-Tropsch synthesis reaction, both at EKU and previously when he was spending several years in Bert Davis's group at the Center for Applied Energy Research. The title of his presentation is Deuterium Tracer Studies, Alkylate Mechanism and Formation of Branched Hydrocarbons Using the Fischer-Tropsch Synthesis. Please help me welcome Professor Shi.
Thank you very much. Thanks to the organizer and all the Davis for so many years. Okay, today I'm talking about the deuterium tracer study, and some I did in Dr. Davis group, and some at the EKU. And then talk about the mechanism for cobalt catalyzed Fischer-Tropsch reactions. And first, I will talk about some deuterium separation on the GC and the GCMS, and then talk about what I did and we did at the ECER in 1990s and 2000, and then talk about alkylidene. Okay, the story begins on the separation of isotope molecules on the GC. So that is in 1990 when I was a postdoc. I was assigned to study mechanism of reaction of a very simple molecule to butanol to study the mechanism. We use the deuterated and undeutrated compound and to study the competition experiment. Well, I thought that this will be easy. Okay, dehydration gives you three products, and it will be three peaks, and it will come out in less than 5 minutes on the GC. We expect some very little ether, and it's probably one peak. But to our surprise, this so-called small peak, one peak, we got 5. A very small amount, we don't know what it is. Always come out 5 peaks, and in things like that. And then we finally, and at that time we don't have GCMS, so we have to collect a sample to run in Tobacco Research Center. Okay, and finally we find there each one. There is a stereoisomer can be separated. That's not a surprise. One surprise thing is that the deuterated compound comes first. Okay, all of them. And the undeutrated one comes later. Now, and then we find out which one is which. Okay, so and then we find something. I indeed checked the chemical abstract. You know, at that time there is no internet. We have to check everyone. We didn't find a reference in that part. I write a paper and I write a sentence such as to the best of knowledge. It is the first I talked to Dr. Davis and I said, wait a moment, when you write this sentence, you have to make sure. And he picked up the phone, called his friend at the University of Tennessee. And it is to our surprise, and he found this kind of phenomena many years ago. So it's not new. You know, at that time, there's no internet. And also, I was young at that time. There's no gray hair at that time. So, and with the encouragement of Professor Van Hook, we indeed did something like that. And actually, the 5 peak is not a 5. It is supposed to be 10, because there is an enantiomer for each one. This is either. And we managed and we connected 2 different columns together. In total, is 120 meters long. And we separate 9 of 10. Okay. And this work was published in, we published several papers in the Journal of Chromatography in this area. So this is, we call it as inverse isotope effect on GC column. Now, and Shupeko Neil read that paper and asked us to write application notes. We write this, and in return, they give us several columns for free. We indeed published some paper based on this method, because we know which will come out, and for the ether formation and dehydration of T-butanol at that time. Now, this part is easy. The difficult part, how to quantitatively analyze isotopic isomer. Just one deuterium, just one isotope different. For example, we have a mixture of deuterium 1-arginine. It could be C8, D16, or D15, D14, all of these. How to quantify each isotopic isomer? Now, at that time, we do have a new GCMS. So if you for this 1 peak, if just on the left, you will find that the measure is D16. Okay, and that is that deuterium compound comes first. If we make a measurement on the right, and then we will give you hydrogen-containing compound. And if in the middle, well, the ratio is totally different. If you make conclusion based on each one of them, and certainly you are going to get the wrong conclusion, the wrong answer. So what we should do is measure all of this. So this for that peak, you have H4, H3, H2, and H, and also H0. So, and if you use the molecular ion to analyze all of this, and certainly that will be give you correct analysis of this mixture. But this result is not published, and we indeed tried to publish this, but the referee said, well, that's a kind of routine work, but we keep this for ourselves. Now, since we know this, we want to do some research in the real phytotropic area. And you know, in 1980, starting from 1970 and 1980 and 2000, there is a challenge to ASF equation. So according to ASF equation, if you have a plot, you're supposed to have this. But almost no group get this kind of distribution. Instead, and you get things like that means there is a positive or negative deviation from a SF equation. How to explain this kind of thing? Now, you find that in literature, it's not only that. There is a positive and negative deviation from a SF equation. Also, there is the alpha value change with a bad resting time, or PO ratio. And most importantly, we did a carbon-14 tracer study, carbon-14 study, and there is a negative deviation for a constant activity. For example, if the compound is initiator, the molar activity is supposed to be constant. But instead, yes, it's constant, just like Emily said, from C2 to C8 or C7. That's constant. But after that, that is a decrease with molecular weight increase. So how to explain this? A lot of scientists make a contribution in this area. For example, and Professor Seinfeld in MIT proposed two different catalyst site theory, and then Professor Iglesias proposed the diffusion limitation model. And also, there's some other theory to explain this. But if you put all of this together, none of them can explain all of this. So this means something we still don't understand. Now, at that time, we run carbon-14 tracer for something, and I was responsible for, clean up all of this carbon-14 stuff, okay, and report because of the regulation. Now, for each one, the first day when we run this, the carbon-14 I just can cover about 70%. So whereas the other almost 30% carbon-14. So therefore, I have to pick up next day. And the next day, I got about 20%, and even 6 days later, we still got a lot significant of carbon-14 material. Now, what this means? This means that there is a radioactive compound accumulate in the reactor. So we cannot get it. We think we brought the carbon-14, we stopped, we collected all the sample, but actually there are significant amounts still in the reactor. Now for carbon-14, we cannot determine each one, but we can do this use Deuterium, because we can use GCMS to analyze each one. So what we did is we run the CO hydrogen first, and then switch to CO and deuterium. Okay, if there's no accumulation, and then the product is supposed to be, all of them, a deuterated compound. Okay, and then we, indeed, that is the case for octane. If you run octane, just a small amount of just a small amount of hydrogen-containing compound, and mainly it's a deuterated one. Okay, that's okay, but for C10, decane, okay, the accumulated product almost equal to the new one. If you have a C16, and mainly what we collected is mainly is hydrogen-containing compound, is accumulated one. Okay. Now we did all of this up to C18. If you plot the percent of accumulation, you see for C18 that's 98% of that is the first day you collected the entity actually is accumulated product. You didn't get any. Just a small amount of fresh produced empty product. So therefore, we propose, that's the sample you collected, including two parts. One is fresh freshly produced FT product, and then is another part is accumulated product. And then we can use the equation to calculate each one. If we know that for a particular reactor, the fraction of accumulation. Now, this result means that ASF equation still work. So we don't need to modify ASF equation. We don't need, and we use this equation can explain all these chain length related phenomena. Okay. Now, for example, how to solve this problem? We can solve this problem when you need the alpha value for a reaction, and then you can just make a switch. We did that for a catalyst. For example, from C2 to C8, there's we plot there's alpha value, and from C9 to C16, there's another alpha value. And these two parallel to each other. So therefore, using this one can solve a little bit about this problem. Now, and also there's another challenge to the ASF equation, including paraffin to olefin ratio. And Professor Iglesia explained this using transformed effect to explain this. And what he explained is the result this. Okay. But this one is not a true pure ratio of phytotropic reaction. The true one of the switch experiment is got in the red line. It's almost constant. Yes, there is an increase, but just a little bit. Therefore, you don't need any theory to explain this. It's already there. Okay. That's also based on that experiment. And we published this in the catalyst today. Now, there is another challenge to the ASF equation. That is from Professor Fujimoto. He did in supercritical condition, and to run this, and find that there are large amount of heavy product. He called this the anti-ASF distribution. We did a similar experiment, not exactly the same, and using carbon-14 tracer study. And we find that yes, there's an incorporation, but an incorporation obey the ASF equation. So there's no anti-ASF equation. Okay, so after this, and then I left CER, and we continue to study in this area with the two techniques I have. One is how to analyze the deuterated compound. Another one, we use the H2D2 switching method. What we why is it gone? Where is another one? There's the before that. Yeah. Okay. No, it's not this one. Okay. Okay, what yeah, okay, right. What we got is, well, that is not new. In the cobalt catalyzed reaction, when we run the hydrogen, CO hydrogen reaction, and then we get the CO conversion. But when we switch to deuterium, and then the increase, the CO conversion increase. So this means when you have a deuterium and the reaction rate increase, that's the inverse isotope effect. Okay. Now, for the competition experiment, we use equal amount of deuterium and hydrogen as syngas. And run this reaction, we find for each for the compound from C6 to C24, and the deuterium enriched in each compound. And the enrichment is a function of carbon number. Now, for that one, how to explain this? So, what we explain is this. First, you have to explain the inverse isotope effect. In order to explain this, and there must have in some step there is a bond order change or hybridization change, the structure from sp2 to sp3, or from sp to sp2. If you have this kind of change, then could explain the inverse isotope effect. Now, based on this, and then we propose the alkylidene mechanism. Alkylidene mechanism shows this structure at the bottom, and the chain, a growing chain, is alkylidene, and the monomer is CH species. And if you use this, and then you can explain what happened for the deuterium, for the inverse isotope effect. Now, the inverse isotope effect could be from other sources, such as alpha agnostic or beta agnostic interaction. But that will give you the same result. Now, when we propose this mechanism, we made the following assumption, that is FTS obey ASF kinetics. That's our assumption. That means the FT product are controlled, are kinetically controlled, so that we can use this equation to indicate overall inverse isotope effect that's related to alpha change. Now, there is another thing for this. The first, the inverse isotope effect must occur in some way, related to rate determined state. Okay. Now, which is this formation of the green chain is the rate determined step, or termination is the rate determined step, or C1 formation is rate determined step? We don't know. Okay, but consider this Philotropic reaction. That's a kind of a parallel reaction, just like this one. So formation of B, we call the committed step. But this step is not necessarily rate determined step, unless the formation of B has a very high barrier than formation of C or D. Now, if formation of C and is higher than formation of D, and then in the parallel reaction, formation of D will be the rate determined step, determine the overall, because that is different from a regular reaction, and it is the fast reaction determine the overall rate. Now, we use this and talk about the Philotropic reaction. For example, formation of C2. Okay, that's a propagation. This one is a committed step, and the formation of C3 is a committed step. Formation of C2 there, that is a termination. So which one is the determined step? Now, if alpha less than 0.5. Means the formation of C2 propagation, the barrier is higher than termination. So therefore, the committed C2 will be rate determined. Now, if it greater than termination, the barrier is higher than propagation. In that case, the propagation is still the determining step of all reactions. This means energy. I'll just estimate the literature, and you can see the termination that is the barrier much higher of this case compared directly because they are in different reaction coordinator. So the reaction for the formation ring change, the still. Now, how about the C1 formation? Probably their group, they indeed propose this the effect, and the proposal is the and this of this dissociation. According to the function of camera is the result in the copy the there's so that's the base. And then other actually But a C3 alkylidene can give you propene. When propene reaches the salt, there's two possibilities. One is give you one propylidene, which will be grow, give you C4. But if give you two propylidene, well, that will give you branched compound. That is the 2-methyl branched hydrocarbons, and so on. So that's for cobalt catalyzed reaction, and then I thank Dr. Davis and his work and his support for many years, and also the members in his group, and support the EKU for the financial support, and several of my students. Okay. And thanks all of you.
Thank you very much, and we have maybe time for a couple of short questions. Yes.
Yes.
What type of column you use to separate 50-50 when you do the 50-50 mixture of hydrogen deuterium? What type of column you use to separate isomers?
Isomer. We use the SPB5.
DB5?
SPB, the DB5.
Is it a column to separate all the isotopomers?
Yeah, actually, according to Professor Bantu, any kind of column can separate, but the separation is very dependent on column. What he did in 1970, he used just a glass tubing to separate some deuterium compounds. Yeah.
But in the case of FT, you get a broad distribution.
Broad distribution, yes.
That
is.
Each isotopomers, I mean, the difficulty in separation of each.
Separation, yeah. For that one, we use a 60-meter SPB column, and then we have to rely on GCMS, and that kind of get it.
Okay.
For complete separation, the difference at least 3. So you, for example, you have octane D0, and then you can have a significant separation that will be octane D3. You have to, if cannot separate D0 and D1. Okay, but you can see on the GCMS there's a peak, there's a shoulder, but I cannot completely separate.
So you showed in one of the slides, like for using the 20 meters column, that you can separate the octane isotopomers of octanes. So is that column can be used to separate the HD isotopomers in the case of
You mean 20 column?
20 meter length column you said that you got 12 separated peaks.
Yeah, probably.
Is that column can be used for separating the FT isotopomers?
No, probably not. Probably not. So I do try the 30 meter long. Is but if you have a mass detector, then you can have some. And you can see that totally is a image.
Well, start here and then over there.
Yeah.
Thanks for a very nice presentation.
Okay.
I was thinking about the mechanism you showed.
Yeah.
Since yesterday I've been presenting about stable C2, C3 species on the surface. And some of the species that you include in your mechanism are not particularly stable. I was wondering if you can make it match or have a similar mechanism but using more stable species.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
Or maybe, do you have any information about stability of the?
Yeah, and actually that's a very good question. Actually, I don't know which species is more stable. But I just think that they have to go together. I think that alkylidene probably is we can consider that as an intermediate. So probably we could have find some way to determine alkylidene, the green chain, and that could be a stable species. But
Not the most at all. You can draw up the diagram, at least on the flow spectrum. Alkylidene is not, so the alkylidene being more stable.
Dying?
Alkylidene. So
Alkylidene.
CR.
Okay.
Like the CH, but then R.
Okay. Probably it goes through it. But stable species not necessarily produce inverse isotope. Probably it goes through alkylidene and then goes to some stable species and then go to another carbon-carbon formation. Probably that's Professor Weinstein. They did some calculation using reaction, and then probably that is what it shows.
Well, we can talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it would be great if you cover
Yeah,
the
sure.
topic, right? And one more question.
So with the olefin-paraffin ratio,
Okay.
carbon number dependence there,
Yeah.
it turns out that the olefin, that's a secondary reaction involved to a high extent with the cobalt catalyst.
Yeah.
And so this explains much how the olefin-paraffin ratio changes. With the secondary reaction, they are no longer the primary products. This
Yeah.
may be different with the iron catalyst. For instance, the Iglesia picture, they are
Yeah.
only primary olefins. He doesn't have in it so much the reabsorption of olefin on other sides.
Yeah.
So there's some confusion in the literature.
Oh yeah, that's what right now we are conducting the inverse isotope effect and deuterium enrichment in iron catalyzed reaction. We do find what you said for the paraffin olefin ratio, when there's something very strange, and actually the two